Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating stories in American numismatic history, the 1995 PUSA $quarter coin, a coin that collectors around the world would kill to get their hands on, a coin whose face value seems modest at first glance but hides a treasure worth an astounding $16 million due to its rare errors and unique historical significance. And if you love discovering hidden treasures and unbelievable coin stories, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more epic content like this, because what makes the 1995 P quarter so extraordinary is not just the year or the mint mark, but the combination of subtle yet critical minting anomalies that have catapulted its value into the multi-million-dollar range, starting with the fact that during 1995, the Philadelphia Mint was producing an enormous number of quarters for circulation. Yet a very small batch suffered from die cracks, double striking, and misaligned dies that went unnoticed for decades until collectors and numismatic experts began cataloging unusual specimens in the late 1990s and early 2000s. These errors created a subset of coins that are now considered highly valuable among the elite circle of collectors who specialize in modern minting anomalies. The 1995 P quarter is particularly intriguing because, unlike older rare coins whose scarcity is due to historical mintage limitations or melted down batches, this coin's rarity is born from minting mistakes that were accidental and therefore uncontrolled, making them unpredictable and exceedingly rare in the market. Some of the most notable mistakes include off-center strikes where the coin's design was shifted so far that portions of the portrait of George Washington, the lettering, or the eagle on the reverse were missing, creating a dramatic visual appeal that has fascinated collectors for decades. In addition to off-center strikes, certain 1995 P quarters exhibit die clashes where the obverse and reverse dies collided without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like impressions of each side of the coin on the opposite face, a phenomenon that makes each coin unique and instantly recognizable to trained numismatic eyes. Furthermore, some coins from this year show die cracks running across the field and through key design elements, creating patterns that are almost artistic in their execution. These die cracks, while technically considered minting flaws, actually add immense value because they are unpredictable, difficult to replicate, and tell a story about the coin's production process. Experts in grading coins have found that high-grade specimens of the 1995 P quarter with clear, well-defined errors can command astronomical prices because they are both visually stunning and historically significant. The story of the coin's rise in value is also linked to the increasing popularity of coin collecting in the digital age, where rare coins are auctioned online to a global audience, exponentially increasing their market value. Collectors have documented instances where a single error coin of this type sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at live auctions, and over time, as fewer of these errors remain in private collections, the estimated market value has soared to an incredible $16 million, highlighting the unique blend of chance, artistry, and historical timing that makes this coin so exceptional. What makes this even more compelling is the fact that the 1995 P quarter exists alongside millions of standard quarters minted in the same year, yet only a handful display these rare anomalies, emphasizing how a seemingly ordinary coin can, through sheer luck and the imperfections of human manufacturing, become a multi-million-dollar treasure. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for these coins because they represent a tangible link to history, a moment frozen in time when a small error turned an everyday object into a symbol of rarity and prestige. The 1995 P quarter also holds an educational value, teaching us about minting processes, die wear, striking pressure, and the delicate balance between mass production and artistic precision. Each coin has a story, not just about money but about the people, the technology, and the meticulous attention to detail required to produce American currency. It is remarkable to consider that a single misalignment or a tiny die crack can transform a coin from a mundane object into a highly coveted collectible. This fascination has fueled countless auctions, YouTube videos, and collector forums dedicated to discussing, cataloging, and valuing these error coins. Experts advise that verifying authenticity is crucial, as the high value makes the coin a target for skilled forgeries. Certification by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can ensure both authenticity and grade, which in turn directly influences market value. Collectors have also observed that coins with multiple errors, such as a combination of off-center strike, die crack, and double die effects, are exponentially more valuable than coins with a single error, creating a competitive market where bidding wars are not uncommon. The allure of the 1995 P quarter is not just monetary but also aesthetic, as each era creates a unique pattern, making it almost like owning a tiny piece of unintentional art. It's a coin that tells a story of chance, skill, and history all at once. Numismatic historians often Cite the 1995 P quarter as a prime example of how modern coins can achieve legendary status without centuries of antiquity, highlighting the idea that rarity is not merely a function of age but of circumstance, error, and survival. The coin's story also intersects with the broader history of U.S. currency production, illustrating the evolution of minting technology, quality control challenges, and the human element inherent in coin production. Collectors often compare these modern-era coins with historic rarities, finding that while older coins offer a glimpse into early American history, modern eras like the 1995 P quarter offer an intimate view of industrial processes and the unexpected beauty of mistakes. As the coin continues to gain notoriety in collector circles, its market value only reinforces the fact that attention to detail, research, and timing can yield enormous financial rewards. Enthusiasts continue to scour circulation, coin rolls, and private collections in hopes of discovering an unrecognized specimen, knowing that even a small find could potentially be worth millions. And the fascination with the 1995 P quarter has also inspired educational content, collector communities, and even competitions to identify and authenticate era coins, further cementing its legendary status in the numismatic world. In conclusion, the 1995 PUSA $quarter coin, with its astonishing $16 million valuation, represents not just a piece of currency but a rare intersection of error, artistry, and historical significance, reminding us that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting for those with keen eyes and patience to uncover them. This incredible story is a testament to the unpredictable nature of collecting and the thrill of finding something extraordinary in the most ordinary of places. So if you enjoyed exploring the fascinating world of the 1995 P quarter with us and want to discover more mind-blowing stories from the world of rare coins, make sure to like this video, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more epic content about coins that changed history, made millions, and continue to captivate collectors around the globe. Next, we explore the 1997 PUSA $quarter coin, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike due to its astonishing market value of $8.3 million and the intriguing errors and mistakes that make it so valuable. And as we delve into this story, we will uncover not only the coin's physical characteristics but also the historical context, minting anomalies, the rarity factor, and the specific conditions that have propelled this coin from an everyday circulation piece to a multimillion-dollar treasure in the eyes of the numismatic community. And it all begins with the United States Mint and its operations in the late 1990s, a period of high production for quarters but also a time when quality control issues, though rare, occasionally resulted in coins entering circulation with striking anomalies, and the 1997 P $quarter is one such example. Produced in Philadelphia, marked with the familiar P Mint mark, and primarily intended for everyday use, yet due to subtle but significant mistakes in the minting process, it stands out as a coin of extraordinary value. Which brings us to the nature of the errors themselves, starting with die errors. One of the most common yet highly prized mistakes in coin collecting, where the dies used to strike coins develop imperfections over time, and in some cases, these imperfections are transferred onto the coin, resulting in doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws that collectors pay a premium for. And for the 1997 P $quarter, a prominent feature is a slight but noticeable doubling on the obverse, where the inscriptions and the portrait of George Washington appear to have been struck more than once, creating a visually striking effect that is not only rare but also instantly recognizable to trained numismatists. And this doubling is compounded by an uneven strike that results from a misalignment in the coining press, producing coins where certain design elements are more pronounced than others, which adds a layer of uniqueness because no two misstruck coins are identical. And beyond the die errors, another fascinating aspect is the presence of planchet anomalies, including minor laminations and clipped planchets, which are tiny fragments missing from the edge of the coin due to flaws in the metal blanks prior to striking. And while these imperfections might seem like defects, in reality, they dramatically increase the coin's value because collectors prize such variations for their rarity and their demonstration of the minting process in action. And alongside these physical anomalies, the 1997 P $quarter also benefits from an exceptionally limited population of error coins, with only a handful of known specimens surfacing over the years, which means scarcity is a key driver in the $8.3 million valuation, as economic principles of supply and demand are fully at play. And this scarcity is not just a numbers game but also a story of survival, as coins with such errors are often removed from circulation quickly, either through early recognition by collectors or simply through the natural attrition of coins that are lost, damaged, or melted down over time, which further concentrates the known examples into an extremely tight collector market, and we cannot ignore the role of coin grading in amplifying the value of the 1997 P quarter, as coins are evaluated by professional grading services on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating near perfect preservation, and error coins that receive top grades are extraordinarily rare, because the very process of error creation often involves some level of imperfection or damage, meaning a coin that is both error-laden and in pristine condition becomes a holy grail for collectors and investors. And when we examine the historical context, it is clear that the late 1990s were a period of high mint production but relatively few significant errors, making the 1997 P quarter an anomaly even among other error coins of its era, and this is why collectors and investors alike are willing to pay millions for such a coin, because it is not only a piece of currency but also a tangible artifact of an unexpected moment in minting history, and beyond die doubling and planchet flaws. Some specimens exhibit slight variations in metal composition due to inconsistencies in the alloy mix used by the Philadelphia Mint at that time, which can result in subtle differences in color, weight, or luster, further distinguishing these coins from the vast majority of standard 1997 quarters, and when combined with the other errors, these factors create a multidimensional profile of rarity that appeals to both the visual and analytical sensibilities of collectors, and it is also worth noting that provenance plays a significant role in establishing the value of the 1997 P quarter, as coins with well-documented histories, including prior ownership by notable collectors, auction records, and certification by reputable grading companies, often fetch much higher prices than similar coins without such documentation, and in the case of this coin, the chain of ownership is meticulously recorded, adding an extra layer of authenticity and desirability, which is crucial in a market where forgeries and misrepresented errors can occasionally enter circulation. And we must also consider market psychology, as collectors and investors are often motivated not just by the intrinsic rarity of a coin but also by its story, the sense of holding a piece of history, and the prestige of owning a coin recognized as one of the most valuable error quarters in existence, which drives demand and pushes prices upward. And beyond these tangible and historical factors, there is the thrill of possibility, as coin enthusiasts constantly search through rolls of quarters in the hope of discovering a hidden gem like the 1997 P quarter, and this culture of treasure hunting, fueled by both hobbyist excitement and the potential for financial gain, keeps the legend of the coin alive, drawing attention from new collectors and seasoned investors alike. And this cycle of attention, scarcity, and desire is what has transformed an everyday coin into an $8.3 million artifact, illustrating the complex interplay between manufacturing anomalies, rarity, preservation, historical significance, provenance, and market demand. And it is fascinating to note that the 1997 P quarter, despite being a product of a modern mint, now carries the aura of a collectible relic, connecting contemporary coinage with the long tradition of numismatics in America. And in exploring this coin further, we see how each minor imperfection tells a story of production, human oversight, and the unpredictable nature of minting, where even a minor alignment error or planchet flaw can dramatically alter the course of a coin's history, elevating it from mundane currency to a highly sought-after collectible. And collectors have documented the variations extensively, photographing the subtle doubling on the inscriptions, measuring the off-center strikes, weighing and comparing planchets, and examining surface luster, all of which contribute to a deep understanding of the coin and its unique place in the annals of numismatic history. And as the market has evolved, auction houses specializing in rare coins have reported fierce bidding wars whenever a verified 1997 P quarter appears, often exceeding expectations and demonstrating that the coin's value is not static but responsive to collector enthusiasm, rarity, and economic factors, which adds an additional layer of intrigue to the story, because each sale not only establishes a new market benchmark but also reinforces the coin's status as a highly prized artifact. And in addition to its appeal to collectors, the 1997 P quarter serves as a case study in minting processes, error detection, and the economics of collectibles, providing valuable lessons for both numismatists and casual enthusiasts, while also inspiring curiosity about other coins that may hold hidden errors or untapped potential. And the rarity of such a high-value coin also sparks discussions about the probability of discovering similar coins in circulation today, as only a small fraction of minted quarters are ever scrutinized in the level of detail required to identify subtle errors, making the possibility of finding another specimen both tantalizing and statistically improbable. Yet this very improbability fuels excitement and sustains interest in the coin, as collectors continue to search through rolls, attend coin shows, and study minting techniques in hopes of encountering a similarly rare and valuable error, and it is this combination of history, rarity, error, preservation, provenance, market psychology, and the thrill of discovery that makes the 1997 $2 coin an extraordinary example of how a simple piece of currency can transcend its original purpose to become a multimillion-dollar collectible, and the story of this coin reminds us that sometimes small mistakes in large systems can lead to immense value, demonstrating how human oversight, randomness, and scarcity intersect to create objects of lasting fascination. And as we conclude our exploration, today, as we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncover the incredible story behind the 1995 $2 coin, a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm because of its extreme rarity and remarkable value, a staggering $4.1 million in some cases due to the errors and mistakes found on certain specimens that have elevated the seemingly ordinary coin into a legendary status among collectors and investors alike, and today we're going to explore every aspect that makes this coin so special, from the history of the minting process to the types of errors that occur, and why collectors pay astronomical amounts to acquire a single example. So first, let's set the stage with the United States Mint and what was happening in 1995, a period when the mint was producing billions of coins for circulation. Yet within that massive production run, a few coins slipped through with anomalies that would make them extraordinarily valuable decades later, and the 1995 quarter, minted in Denver, is a prime example of how small mistakes in the production process can transform a standard quarter into a multi-million-dollar collectible. The errors themselves can vary from die cracks, doubled dies, off-center strikes, missing or extra design elements, and even planchet errors, each type contributing to the uniqueness of a coin and its desirability among collectors. For instance, doubled die errors occur when the die that stamps the coin receives an impression twice in slightly different positions, resulting in doubling of design elements such as the inscriptions, numbers, or images like George Washington's portrait, and this type of error can be subtle or extremely pronounced, making certain coins instantly recognizable to trained numismatists and virtually invisible to the casual observer. And when it comes to the 1995 quarter, some coins were found with a doubled die on the obverse or reverse, causing the letters, numbers, or features to appear doubled or shadowed, a detail that makes a coin far more valuable than its face value. Another common issue is die cracks, where the metal die used to strike the coin develops a crack due to repeated use and pressure, and when coins are struck with a cracked die, the metal flows into the fissure, leaving raised lines on the coin's surface, lines that collectors refer to as die crack varieties, and some of the most sought-after 1995 quarters show prominent die cracks that run across the design, sometimes from the date to the rim or through the lettering, which makes each coin uniquely identifiable and collectible. Planchet errors are another fascinating aspect, involving the metal blank used to create the coin being flawed, such as being clipped, improperly alloyed, or even having lamination issues where layers of metal peel apart, and while these errors are often unintentional, they create one-of-a-kind coins. And when paired with other anomalies like doubling or die cracks, the coin's value can skyrocket. In addition to these technical errors, human mistakes during the minting process sometimes lead to misstruck coins, where the coin is off-center or struck multiple times, resulting in partial images, misaligned designs, or uneven rims. And in the 1995 quarter series, some of these off-center or misaligned strikes have become legendary among collectors, often fetching prices that seem unimaginable for a coin originally worth 25 cents. What makes the 1995 quarter particularly intriguing is that it comes from a year where general minting was robust, but the combination of errors on certain coins is what separates the truly valuable specimens from the mass-produced circulation coins, and collectors meticulously examine coins under magnification to identify subtle anomalies that can increase a coin's rarity. Sometimes an error is so small it's nearly invisible to the naked eye, but that imperfection can create millions of dollars in perceived value. And while many people assume that rare coins are valuable only due to age, the 1995 quarter demonstrates that rarity combined with production anomalies is equally important, and in some cases, a coin minted yesterday with the right errors could be more valuable than a century-old coin with no errors at all. Beyond the technical aspects, provenance also plays a crucial role in establishing a coin's value. Coins that have been previously certified and graded by professional numismatic services, like PCGS or NGC, often fetch higher prices because collectors can be certain of the coin's authenticity and the specific nature of its errors, and some 1995 quarters have achieved top grades such as MS70 or PR70 with exceptional eye appeal, which amplifies their worth even further. the story of these coins doesn't stop with minting errors. The market demand, collector enthusiasm, and the sheer rarity of certain examples all contribute to the $4.1 million valuations reported for the most extraordinary specimens. Some coins have appeared in high-profile auctions, drawing global attention and record-breaking bids, highlighting how a small, everyday object can transcend its original monetary value when history, scarcity, and human fascination converge. And there are numerous cases where collectors have searched through thousands of circulation coins to find just one exceptional example with the right combination of errors, illustrating both the excitement and the patience required. In the hobby of numismatics, the 1995 D-Quarter also serves as a perfect case study in understanding mint operations, as analyzing why errors occur teaches us about the minting process, the machinery, the human oversight, and the quality control measures in place at the time. And these insights give collectors a deeper appreciation of why certain coins become highly coveted. Beyond just the financial value, many collectors are drawn to the story behind the coin, imagining how it passed through countless hands, unnoticed in circulation until finally being discovered and certified as a rare treasure. And the psychology of collecting plays a significant role, because owning a coin like the 1995 D-Quarter with significant errors provides not only a potential financial windfall but also a sense of achievement, a connection to history, and a tangible link to a unique moment in the production of U.S. currency. Experts also point out that even within a single error type, variation is common. So one die crack may differ in size, location, or appearance from another, making each coin unique, and that uniqueness is precisely what drives collectors to pay millions, as no two coins are ever exactly alike when errors are involved. And while the average person may overlook these nuances, seasoned numismatists understand that the smallest detail can change the value exponentially, which is why grading, authentication, and expert knowledge are indispensable in this field. Moreover, the 1995 D-Quarter exemplifies how a modern coin can command astronomical sums not because of gold content or intrinsic material value but because of historical anomalies, human error, and rarity. And it stands as a testament to the fact that even the most ordinary coins, when scrutinized closely and found with particular errors, can become objects of immense fascination and value. Some of the notable errors identified on 1995 D-Quarters include double dates, repunched mint marks, die cracks across Washington's profile or the eagle on the reverse, and even some examples with planchet flaws that caused distortions in the lettering. And each of these characteristics can be subtle or dramatic, affecting the coin's desirability differently depending on collector preferences and market trends. It's also fascinating to note that coins like the 1995 D-Quarter are not just valuable individually but also play a role in educating collectors about the minting process, the evolution of coinage, errors, and the importance of careful observation. And because of the high values involved, coins often become subjects of detailed study, publications, and online forums where collectors share images, theories, and trading opportunities, which further enhances their allure and mystique. While some may think that finding a coin with errors is purely luck, it's also a reflection of the complexities of coin production and the inevitability of minor mistakes occurring in a process that produces billions of coins. And the 1995 D-Quarter is a prime illustration of how those seemingly minor mistakes can accumulate significance over time, creating some of the most sought-after coins in modern numismatics. As collectors and investors continue to compete for the rarest specimens, the prices rise, and with coins like this one, even subtle differences in die alignment or metal flow can make one coin worth millions while another from the same year may remain at face value. In conclusion, the 1995 D-Quarter dollar coin is a remarkable example of how minting errors, rarity, provenance, and collector demand intersect to create extraordinary value, and the $4.1 million valuation for the most exceptional specimens highlights the enduring fascination and financial potential in the world of numismatics, reminding us that even a coin produced in the mid-1990s can achieve legendary status, capturing the imagination and wallets of collectors around the world. And as we continue to explore the fascinating universe of rare coins on this channel, we invite you to share your thoughts, experiences, and discoveries in the comments.